In a small farming village surrounded by golden fields and wide skies, there lived a little girl named Amina. She was not the strongest in the fields, nor the loudest in the marketplace, but she had something rare and unshakable faith and a gentle heart. Every evening, while the sun melted into the horizon and the air cooled, Amina would kneel beside the village well. She would close her eyes and whisper prayers for rain when the soil was dry, for sunshine when the crops were weak, and for protection when storms threatened the harvest. The villagers began to notice something strange. When drought lingered, soft rains would come after her prayers. When pests invaded the fields, they would disappear within days. The maize grew tall and golden, the yams swelled beneath the earth. The granaries were fuller than they had ever been. People started calling her the blessing of the land, but not everyone saw her gift as a blessing. The village king, Obasi, had grown greedy over the years. Though the harvests were abundant, he wanted more wealth, more power, more admiration from neighboring kingdoms. Traders passing through the village spoke of a wealthy landowner in a distant city who paid handsomely for servants with special talents. One evening, as the villagers celebrated another successful harvest, King Obasi watched Amina laughing with the other children. Instead of gratitude, envy filled his heart. If her prayers bring prosperity, he thought, imagine what profit they could bring me. The next morning, without consulting the council or the elders, the king made a secret agreement. He would sell Amina to the wealthy man in exchange for gold and fine horses. He told himself it was for the good of the kingdom, but deep down, he knew it was for himself. When soldiers came to Amina's hut, the village fell silent. Her mother wept, the farmers protested, but the king's word was law. As Amina was led away, she did not cry. Instead, she looked back at the fields and whispered one last prayer, not for herself, but for her village. May the land be blessed. May the people remember kindness. Days passed. The sky grew still and empty. The vine stopped carrying rain. The crops that once stood proud began to wither. The soil cracked under the harsh sun. No matter how much the farmers worked, the fields yielded little. The villagers realized what they had lost. Meanwhile, in the distant city, Amina was taken to the estate of the wealthy man. He expected miracles. He ordered her to pray for bigger profits, for greater fortune. But prayers born from fear and greed felt different from those born from love. Amina prayed instead for freedom, for justice, and for softened hearts, and something unexpected happened. The wealthy man's youngest son, who had been ill for months, slowly began to recover. The servants, once harsh and bitter, became kinder to one another. Even the wealthy man began to notice a strange peace settling over his household. He asked Amina one evening, "Why do you not pray for gold, as I command?" She answered softly, "Blessings do not grow where greed is planted. They grow where love is sown." Her words stirred something long buried in his conscience. Far away, King Obasi faced a village on the brink of famine. His granaries emptied, his people grew restless. Neighboring kingdoms refused trade, seeing weakness in his rule. At last, the elders confronted him. "You traded our blessing for gold," they said, "and the land has answered." Ashamed and desperate, the king sent messengers to the distant city, offering to return the gold and more if only Amina could come home. But when the message arrived, it was the wealthy man who made a decision. He had changed. "I did not buy a servant," he said. "I was given a teacher." Instead of returning Amina as property, he set her free and traveled with her back to the village, not as a beer, but as a man seeking forgiveness and partnership. When Amina stepped once more onto the soil of her home, the villagers gathered in tears of joy. She knelt by the well again, just as she had always done. That night, clouds gathered in the sky. Rain fell gently over the fields, but the true miracle was not the harvest that followed. It was the lesson learned by a king, a wealthy man, and an entire village that blessings cannot be owned, sold, or controlled. They can only be nurtured through kindness, justice, and love.